Hey everyone, it's Brian again. I'm here from Guess Who Gifts is the name of the company, and I got a ton of requests to show everyone how to print on a printable heat transfer vinyl. And so there's different brands, there's tons of different brands, but this one specifically I just got off Amazon or eBay or something. And anyway, I just wanted to show you what it looks like. And basically there's a side that is obvious that you're not going to print on, and there's a side that you can print on, obviously, because there's no lines here. So I like the fact that they put this on the paper. There's so many different brands of this, but as long as it says printable and transfer paper, kind of, it's called heat transfer vinyl, but it's printable. I'll show you the packaging at the end of the video. So anyway, basically you're going to be using regular inkjet printer. You're not going to use a sublimation printer. So you just want to make sure that you're not trying to sublimate onto this, that you're just using a regular inkjet printer. So the image that I'm going to be printing is a Kobe Bryant image that I had someone make, and I'll put the link to their page in the comments down below. Here we go. So this is the image that we will be printing. I'm not going to do any cutting, but you can cut it out. You can probably use Silhouette or a Cricut, but I'm just doing this square image on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and putting it on a shirt. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and like I said, I used Silhouette Studio, but you can open it in any imaging software. I'm going to go up here and go to File and say Print. And then here is the image. And when I do print, I set it up in Silhouette Studio to open up the regular box for a printer. Anyway, you want to make sure you pick the non-sublimation printer. And so my printer is literally 12 years old. And I just use it to print a few things here and there, and mainly some UPS or USPS labels. But it's a Canon Pixma MG5320. It's a decent printer, I guess, but it's really old. It's dusty. I don't ever pull it out. I don't pull it out like this, so I'm just doing it so y'all can see it. And when you take this, I always set the printer so that it pulls from the rear tray. And so now I'm going to set this down in the rear tray, and my printer, the ink is up top, and so it's going to write on this page up here. So just make sure you know, and there's normally a little picture that shows you which way to put the printer, but there it is. You don't want to print with the blue lines or whatever the marks are on yours. And then here, we're going to go to make sure we select that appropriate printer, go to Preferences. A lot of people say go to photo printing. I never do, but what I always do is make sure that it says print quality is high, because I want it to be a good quality print. I want to make sure that, again, it says rear tray, and then here, I want to make sure it's going on landscape. And then on different printers, there's things that say fast speed or high speed or high print, whatever. So you want to make sure you don't do fast. And again, this is the settings I use. Yours might be a little bit different. Play around with it, but then okay, and print. It takes a little bit of time. If you've ever used Silhouette Studio, this is what happens. And again, I bought this image from someone on Etsy. I will share their information in the link. Her name is Crafty Sophia, I think. But I will put the link in the comments. And as soon as this is done, it will start printing. So while it's printing, I went ahead, I'm going to come over here and turn my heat press on. And here it goes. I just hear it printing now. So I'm going to turn my heat press on, let it preheat. The instructions on the packet say 375 for 25 seconds. And so I'm turning it on now. So here's my heat press. I have it on a Husky tool bench drawer, and this is where I keep all my supplies for the heat press and whatnot. So anyway, I like it because you can drill your heat press right into this. This thing came off, and you drill right into this, and then if it's a swivel heat press, you can see it gives me plenty of room to go around, and it doesn't tip over or anything, and so I really like it. So I'm not saying this is the best heat press or anything. Alexa, turn on the heat press. Sorry, I forgot that my plug, just in case I accidentally leave it on, I have Alexa automatically turn it off at different times. So anyway, here's the heat press. I am going to set it for 375. I know this is the exciting part right here. And my heat press runs a little hot. I almost forgot about it. My heat press runs a little hot. So I'm going to say 335, and then I have a heat gun. I'll show you what I do in a little bit. I always recommend checking your sorry. I always recommend checking the actual temperature with a gun that looks like this. It's an infrared heat gun, and you just go underneath, and just like I'm sure everyone's familiar with now with COVID, but it will tell you exactly what your temperature of your heat press is. Okay, so this came out. It looks great. As you can see, I'm printing this for my nephew. He loves basketball and loved Kobe, so I think this would be perfect for him. So this is the person that I purchased the image from. Her name is Crafty Sophia 7. And here's what the printed image turned out to look like. And just so you know, you can see, if you would have done photo printing, I think it would have done a borderless image. But I was going to cut it anyway, so I think this will work just fine. So if you don't have one of these, I highly recommend it. I'm going to go ahead and just put it right here. Oh, I always bring this down so I can go up. And then there's a little wire right there in the middle that you want to make. You don't want to have any white showing. So even if you cut off a little bit of the image, that's better than having some white, because if you have any white, it's going to show. I am doing it on a white shirt, so it's not as big a deal, but if I was doing it on like a purple or black shirt, that would not be good. So I'm going to set the phone down. Okay, so hopefully you can see this okay, but basically I'm going to line this up and cut right along there. And again, you want to make sure there's no white, and so you can see I cut just a little bit of the image off, but not enough to where it really matters. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Again, you can change your printer settings to do a photo print, I guess, and then it won't print the borders at all. But this is the way I do it, so I don't know. I don't know what's right or wrong. Okay, you can see there's no white showing right here. Well, not really anyway. And then the same thing right here, and then we're ready to go press it. I'll show you. We're not exactly ready, but I'll show you. Okay, so here is it cut. Now you notice I still have this blue line here on the back, and this is where it becomes different than any other sublimation or anything else. It's very similar to your heat transfer vinyl. So what I do is I get this little weeding tool, and you can try to use your nails, but I don't have any nails. I have a bad habit and chew them. So you just got to peel off the image. It's like a sticker basically, but it's not sticky. You'll see. One second. I just got to get a good grip. There we go. So you can see I just peeled back the edge, and then you peel it off like this. Let me see if I can find a good way to show you. You don't have to be too gentle with it. You can see I'm pulling it, but you don't want to like stretch it. So now you have a thin piece of material that you're going to press onto your shirt. Let me go get this shirt. I'll be right back. So I just wanted to show you the shirt that I'm using. I'm using a Bella canvas here. I'm not doing, it wasn't like it was for sublimation maybe originally. But this one's 50% polyester, 25% cotton. But you can use any shirt. I literally did buy some 100% cotton shirts. I was going to do it on this purple one, but my cousin said he wanted, or nephew said he wanted it on white. And the only shirt I had left that was white was that one that would fit him. So the rest of them would not fit him. So anyway, so I am using this shirt. Again, it can be 100% cotton. It can be whatever material you want it to be, cotton, polyester, rayon, whatever. I don't recommend like a performance shirt or anything like that. But anyway, like I said, for my heat press, I have this heat gun here. And what I like to do, I'm trying to show you here, is actually go up underneath. And you can see it's at 361. I said I wanted it to be at 375. So I'm just going to adjust it by a couple degrees. And it's going to do it for 25 seconds. I'm going to give that a few more seconds to heat up. But while I'm waiting on that, I'm just going to go ahead and put the shirt on here. And it's hard to do and hold the phone, but you get the point. I'm going to just press the shirt one time to get any wrinkles out, like so. Something like that. Just for 2 or 3 seconds, I think. Not even, just 1, 2. See, there's no wrinkles now. I'm going to come back over to my little prepping station. Now, I like to use one of these little t-shirt alignment tools. If you haven't ever seen one of these, I know a lady that makes them, and I will add her link as well, or her email address, and she makes them. And they work beautifully because you can see right here, this centered goes right here with the Bella canvas tag. And then you can see it's nice and even on the shirt. And so all I have to do is take this, and it's obvious on this one where the center is. For other images, you can do a little crease right here in the middle of it, fold it in half, fold the shirt or the transfer vinyl or whatever you're doing, or the sublimation sheet in half, make a little crease, and then fold it out. But obviously that basketball right there is right in the middle. Right, and then so what I do is get a little itty bitty piece of heat transfer tape, like this. I mean, just so small, and put it on each corner. Right, so literally just that much. I don't. You probably can do more, but that's all I ever do, just so it doesn't move from where I wanted it to be. And it really doesn't need to be exact, as long as it's close enough that no one's going to say anything. Sorry for the wobbly camera. It's hard to do. I should get a little tripod or something. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so now that's exactly where it's going to be on the shirt. And now that my heat press is warmed up, I'm going to press this. Okay, so here is this. Now you can use butcher paper. Right, so I have a little roll that I can rip it off. I happen to do this and the Teflon. For sublimation, obviously, you should always use the butcher paper. I always do both for everything. I don't know if that's right or not, but that's what I do. And it said 375 for 25 seconds. I'm just going to double check with my heat gun. Let's see, it says it's 378, so that's good enough. And if you have a nicer heat press, none of that has to happen, but I obviously don't. Okay, so now we're pressing for 25 seconds. See how nice the drawers come in handy? I use it all the time. So we have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Right, and here's the swing part. And then I can just throw this away. Sorry. Okay, well there it is. And then you just take the heat tape off. Let me move the shirt. I'll bring it over here and show you. But there we go. It's perfect. I'll remove the heat tape and take one more picture of it done, but look how good it looks on the